Hey guys, welcome back. So last time we saw the Chevelle here, we're actually changing out Mr. Leaky Chinese water pump for another Chinese water pump. And to finish that whole process, we're going to actually put in some mystery product here. This one's made by Ricelone. This is like a water wetter. I've used a lot of these different things, and they will reduce your engine temperatures. This one says that it reduces it up to 17 degrees. Now, I have to be honest, any of the products I've ever used, like Purple Ice and Water Wetter and this Ricelone product here, I've never seen any of them actually reduce it up to 15 to 20 degrees. I have seen differences on the gauge of 4 to 5% difference, which is worth using. Now, more importantly, I'd like to, I can't see in that bottle. I'm not a chemist, so I don't know for sure if it's got the corrosion inhibitors and lubrication for water pump seals and stuff like that. That part, I can't tell you if it actually works, but it will reduce your cooling temperatures. And the main reason I like to use this kind of stuff is I like to use a 70-30 mix in my cooling system. I find that it really helps with the cooling. You have to remember, with all engines, they're basically glorified heat pumps. And the bigger the heat pump, the more of a challenge it is to keep the thing cool, especially with big blocks, regardless of what brand you're running. So I do want one of these additives in my cooling system each time I run a 70-30 mix. Now, the 70-30 water, you have to remember, water is actually what cools the cooling system. Glycol does nothing for cooling it, and when you run more water in the system, it's more effective at cooling. However, it will raise your boiling point slightly. If you run a 70-30 mix in your car, the boiling point ends up somewhere around 235 degrees, whereas a 50-50 mix will run it up to 260 degrees-ish type of a thing. So the more water, the more critical it is that you actually run a component like this in here. So we're going to add this to the cooling system in this thing, and then we'll give you a bit of a Canadian cold start and let you hear the thing run. It's been a number of weeks since I started this thing, and it's about 15 degrees outside today. 15 degrees minus 50 degrees Celsius works out to like +4 Fahrenheit, something like that. It is a little warmer in the garage today. I think I got it up to 18 degrees or so. Anyway, we'll add this and we'll hit the key and we'll hear the thing run. So yeah, unfortunately, I'm not a chemist. I can't tell you if it has those corrosion inhibitors, lubricants for your water pump, and all that stuff. I want to get as much of this in here as I can. This will treat up to 19 liters, and most big blocks will hold anywhere from 17 to 22. This is a rather big rad on here. But this process does work. I've had a lot of success with this. I've been actually stuck in parades with this car, plus 30 degree weather, at a crawl for miles and miles, and this thing never got over 185 degrees at any point during the summer. So anyway, we got that in there. We're going to hit the key, see if it starts. Mr. Oil Pressure's coming up there. There's no choke on this car, so sometimes it's a challenge getting it started when it's cold. Yeah, actually nice to hear this thing run. I can't wait till I can drive this thing this summer. It's getting close. Days are getting longer, and hopefully we'll be out with this thing very soon. Well, there you go, guys. Just a quick fire up on the Chevelle. Got the water pump changed. We'll be able to run that thing this summer and be confident. Like I say, I run a 70-30 mix, 70% water, 30% glycol. You got to have some in there. And I run about a boiling point of 235 degrees. This thing runs super cool, but having an additive in there is kind of a must. I do notice differences in temperature on the gauge, but I can't tell you for sure if it's got those corrosion inhibitors in there, all those important things like the lubricants for the, the water pump and that sort of thing. But incidentally, I've been a big fan of Purple Ice for many years. I've used all those products, and I can't find that anywhere on the shelf today. I don't know if it's a post-pandemic production issue or what, but anyway, this product here, this Rice Loam product, seems to have all the things. I've read all the labels on these things very carefully. This seems to have all the properties that, I think all these guys are the same. Redline, water wetter, but I think it is important to run that stuff. It does help. So anyway, thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you guys again.